I instantly fell in love with these fragrances. Hi everyone, I'm Jolima and this is my channel, Scented Moments, where we discuss everything about perfumes. So in this video I'll be sharing with you 12 fragrances that immediately clicked on me. These are fragrances that upon spray I felt like, wow, I need to have these fragrances right now. And so without further ado, in no specific order, let's get started. Now I try to be as diverse as possible. I'm not including any Parfum Aroma. I mean, you all know by now that it's my favorite perfume brand. And I tried to mention both niche, designer, and one more affordable fragrance. So the first one is from the brand of Astrophil and Stella, which is a brand that I already talked about, especially by the end of last year and the beginning of this one. It was really one of my favorite brand discoveries of 2024, and it's really a brand that I fully support. They have very interesting offerings. They collaborate with some of the most renowned perfumeurs. This one was released last year, and it was, of course, love at first sniff. It is in Extremis, which I also talked about and quite raved about it. This was created by Meo Fushuni, and I'm a big fan of his work. I have currently 3 fragrances from his own brand, Meo Fushuni, and you all know how much I love Sony, Little Song, Odor 93. I mean, the list goes on. Actually, I have more fragrances on my wish list from his own brand. Amazing parfumeur, and here he did a fantastic work. This is extremely unique. This is like a very green fragrance, very aromatic, but at the same time very thick and dense and woodsy and a bit dark and mysterious. This really blends all the herbs with the woods. You have oud in here, actually. You have also a touch of galbanum, so it's quite resinous and green and aromatic in the opening, but already with the sense of mysterious and darkness. Love it. This is like, imagine like an afternoon after a thunderstorm. It's the image that this fragrance gives to me. Very unique. I never smelled anything like this before, and in terms of performance, this is massive. This is an extrait de parfum. This is a 50 ml, and it's the only size you will get. And in terms of price tag, it's around the 160 euros retail, so I think it's fairly decent price for the quality, for the performance, for the unique part. I mean, it's wonderful. In the entire brand of Astrophil and Stella, it's like an Italian, small Italian niche brand that I really advise if you to try. And in Extremis, I mean, just wonderful, wonderful wearing experience overall. Now the next fragrance is from House of Rania J, and this was my very first fragrance from this brand. It is Ambre Loup. But now this is in the new bottle style. I had the Ambre Loup in the previous bottle presentation, but unfortunately it broke actually on when I was traveling to Lithuania, and well, it is what it is, but I have another bottle, and I have it already for, I mean, since last year, basically. This is one of my all-time favorite amber fragrances. This is not your typical sweet, gooey, comforting fragrance like François by Maison Francis Crochon, which is amazing, by the way, but it's not that type of amber. This amber feels more animalic, it's more balsamic, more thick, and the animalic part, it's also almost like primal. It's a woodsy, musky, furry animalic with tons of balsams, and the amber here, it's quite gooey and it's sweet. Yes, it has a sweet edge into it, but it's in the end also quite dark, very smoky and animalic. It's amazing, not for the faint of heart. Performance wise, it's fantastic. I was kind of afraid that it would not smell the same or perform the same as my previous bottle, but no. Smell-wise and performance-wise, it's still fantastic, and really, I highly advise of you to try the entire Rania J brand. They have really amazing perfumes, and the quality is fantastic. The price is also decent. You have the option of having 50 ml or 100 ml. The 50 ml, I think it goes for around 160 euros, also, if I'm not mistaken. And to be honest, you just need 50 ml. 100 ml, I think it's in the 290 euros, but don't quote me on that. But in the end, these fragrances are so potent that you just really need 50 ml. But if you are into amber fragrances, this is one that you must check out. Now the next fragrance is from the house of Thomas de Monaco. You know how much I love this brand, and this one is Sol Salgado. Sol Salgado is pure joy, happiness, summertime in the bottle. This has florals, of course. It's quite tropical, a bit salty. It has like almost like a watery coconut effect in here as well. This literally smells like beach, sand, parties at the beach, linen shirts, sunscreen, you name it. It's all in here, and it's beautiful. It's really a magical fragrance. Performance-wise, is amazing. This is an extrait de parfum. You just need a couple of sprays, really, and it will last you through the entire day. And I feel that for me, this is quite sensual. I already talked about this one a lot, and I still will keep doing so. So Thomas de Monaco, Sol Salgado, man, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. The next fragrance, it's from the house of Tom Ford, released last year. It was my favorite release of last year from the private blend, and it is Black Lacquer. Man, I love this one, and this for me, again, love at first sniff. I really needed to have a full bottle. The minute I sprayed this on my skin, magic happened. And it was so good to have a glimpse of what Tom Ford used to be. And although people are saying that this is not entirely unique, because you have Comme des Garçons Black and you have also Acros Ink, I don't have those references back then. I didn't have back then. Now I can see the similarities, especially with Acros Ink, not so much with Comme des Garçons Black, to be honest, more with Ink by Acro. And I can see the similarities. However, I love this one nonetheless, and I definitely want to have full bottles of Acros Ink and Comme des Garçons Black, both of which are way cheaper than a 50 ml of Tom Ford's Black Lacquer. Nevertheless, Black Lacquer for me, it's full bottle worthy, and this is a inky, dark, resinous, spicy, incensey fragrance. Performance wise isn't the best though. It's not a fragrance that will shout from your skin, although longevity wise it's quite decent, but I would say that the projection isn't that great. However, it's a very mysterious fragrance, very sensual, and it's one that I really advise for you to try. Now, of course, it's overpriced, but still, scent-wise, it's one of the best fragrances that Tom Ford released in the last years. It's Black Lacquer. The next fragrance, it's one of the sexiest, most sensual fragrances in my collection, and that says a lot. It's from the house of Naomu Goodisr, and it is Cuir Velours. And I already talked about this one in the past, and if you are already following me for a while and you saw Raquel, she's working at Embassy Niche Perfumery. She's a very good friend of mine, and she already was featured here in this channel for a couple of videos, which I'm really happy for. And I see that a lot of you really liked her opinions and her knowledge. I mean, she's very knowledgeable in terms of perfumes, and very passionate as well. And this is one of her all-time favorite fragrances also. This is pure suede in a bottle, but in a very sensual, soft, smooth way, with this fruity, apricot-like sweet fragrance. It's just to die for. It's so unique, and it's a type of fragrance that you just want to keep smelling and smelling. I have also a bit of vanilla in here, a bit spicy, but overall it's such a cozy but sensual at the same time. If a person wears this, you feel safe, and it's so good. It's not a fragrance that will shout out of your skin. It's more of a intimate type of perfume, but the longevity is quite good. Again, Naomu Goodisr, another brand that is extremely underrated, but has high quality perfumes at not a very exorbitant price tag. This is a 50 ml, you only will get a 50 ml, and the price tag is in the 150 euros. So quite decent, to be fair, for, again, the uniqueness and the performance overall. So please check this one out, Cuir Velours. But again, the entire Naomu Goodisr brand, they just have like 6 fragrances, if I'm not mistaken, in their portfolio, and I have them all. So really highly advise you to try this one, but also the entire brand. The next fragrance, I mean, we go back, way back, with this perfume from the house of Ramon Monegal. It's Faisa. I mean, man, I raved so much about Faisa. I already did a review of this one when this was first released already a few years ago. And Faisa is pure joy, like you have here written. I don't know if you can see right below Faisa, pure joy. This is really pure joy in the bottle. Happiness, very golden-like, also has the color of the bottle suggests golden-like feel into it. And this is a quite complex fragrance, although the end result is a very addicting rose, saffron, oud, vanilla fragrance. But you have tons of mimosa, immortelle, vanilla, you name it. You have so many notes in here, and for me, the biggest twist is really the mimosa, the immortelle, blended with the amber, with the vanilla, and of course with the oud, saffron, raspberry. I mean, it's so good. In the end, it's such a good fragrance. I already received a lot of compliments wearing this one, actually. And in terms of performance, it's fantastic. I love to wear this like during the summer nights. Although it's a potent fragrance, you just need a couple sprays. But yeah, this really shines during summer nights. It's so good. Great memories attached with this one. It's Ramon Monegal's Faisa. Now the next fragrance, it's from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, from the Le Vestiaire collection, and it's a line that really caught my attention this year. Now, while not being the best line, like exclusive designer line ever, but it's really a line that it's well done, and sometimes that's all it takes. This one specifically is extremely underrated, and it's because it's part of the sub collection called I think it's the Atelier collection, part of the Le Vestiaire collection of Yves Saint Laurent. And this one specifically is 24 Rue de l'Université, and this is a pure sandalwood fragrance. Now, I saw a couple of written reviews about this fragrance, I mean, raving it as being like the best sandalwood fragrance I ever smelled, and so I was really curious to try. I love sandalwood, and it's not a note that you can see or you can smell in the perfume that it will be very prominent. I mean, of course, we have the Tamdaus by Diptyque and Santalum by Parfumum Roma and a few others, but you don't have that many like sandalwood forward fragrances that are like come across as a good quality perfumes. So I was really curious to try this one, and I have to say I blind bought this one. I don't advise you to do so, but man, I'm so happy that I did. It's currently one of my favorite discoveries overall of this year, and one of my favorite, if not my favorite, blind buy of the year so far. This fragrance is wonderful. The sandalwood comes across as a natural smelling sandalwood. It's dry, but it has a creaminess underneath and a bit balsamic. It's this fragrance is quite hard to describe, to be honest, because although it's a lot of sandalwood, you immediately smell the sandalwood in here, and on the spray it's like dry chopsticks, sandalwood chopsticks. But when I spray on my skin, it's a bit more creamy, and I love that on sandalwoods. I mean, it's quite creamy, a bit spicy and a bit balsamic. It's so good. Amazing work here, highly underrated. 24 Rue de l'Université. Highly advise you to try this one from Yves Saint Laurent. Now the next fragrance, it's from the house of Khadlaj, and it is Oud Pure Wild Indonesian, which I raved about last year, and also the Mystical Indian, which actually it was my first acquisition of this brand and from this line. The two fragrances actually cost me 40 euros, I think, at Notino. These are 60 ml with the parfum concentration, and currently I do prefer a bit more Wild Indonesian than Mystical Indian. I already did a video comparing them side by side, so definitely feel free to check that video out, which I uploaded by late last year. Both are oud fragrances, so you need to love oud to appreciate these fragrances, specifically Wild Indonesian. Now the Mystical Indian, I think it's a bit more wearable, more easy to like, not as thick and intense as Wild Indonesian, and that's the reason why I'm preferring this one a bit more. This is a more funky, a bit more challenging type of oud, natural smelling, as natural as it can get, both in Wild Indonesian and Mystical Indian, don't get me wrong. It's just the Mystical Indian has that leathery facet as well, and overall it feels like a more easy to wear oud, for me at least. This one, it's slightly more challenging, and it's so damn good. High quality oud, and it puts really to shame thousands of oud fragrances that come across. They are being released almost every month by your most popular designer brands, and in the end you can barely detect the oud. No, here it's a full-on oud fragrance. Love it. For 40 or 50 euros, it's a steal of a perfume. Performance-wise, it's fantastic. Just check this one out. Wild Indonesian by Khadlaj. The next fragrance is just a pure summer escape from the house of Olfacto Studio, Still Life in Rio. And then this is another fragrance that really takes me back on my early stage on discovering niche perfumery. Still Life in Rio, so many memories. And this fragrance overall, it's one of my all-time favorite summer fragrances ever. Another fragrance that it's really so joyful. You have yuzu, rum, you have this caipirinha style in here, a bit salty, watery, coconutty, just wonderful. Really, it smells like summer. It really smells like summer, and it's fresh. It has an airiness into it, but the performance-wise is great, at least on my skin. And I have this fragrance already for like 7 years already. One of my very first videos on YouTube, it was a comparison between this one and Creed's not Sylvan water, but Virgin Island water. Yeah, man, the other times, but still amazing. I highly advise you to try this one, especially if you're searching for a more tropical, summery, boozy fragrance with this caipirinha like cocktail feel. Check this one out. Still Life in Rio by Alfacto Studio. The next fragrance from the house of Chanel, another fragrance that really takes me back. Love at first sniff the minute I sprayed it, and still love it to this day. Allure Homme Edition Blanche, and you see like the cap here, it's seeing everything. And you see how long I have this fragrance. I think it's about half full, to be honest. This fragrance smells like lemon meringue pie, and it's a bit spicy as well, and it's one of the best gourmand fragrances for the summer, if not the best. And for me, this is just stunning perfume. Still smells amazing. Just like Still Life in Rio, I think I have this as well for 7 to 6 years now, and again, wonderful. A fragrance that I kind of, because I wore it so much in the first years when I acquired it, then I kind of kept in the dark, let's say. But it will return to the summer rotation, and I will definitely be talking about much more about it. It's one of the best fresh fragrances in the mainstream realm of things. Highly advise for you to try this one if you have yet to. It's Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Now the next two fragrances, these are two new releases, released this year from designer brands. The first one is from the house of Hermès, and it is Terre d'Hermès Eau de Parfum Intense. You see, this is a bit different. You have this more dark color in the sides of the bottle, and the cap as well is different. It's not a roll-on, it's a cap that you just take it off. And this, for me, it was, when I tried it, I said to myself, I need to have this one now. And so here we are. This fragrance is very licoricey. It's definitely the darkest Terre d'Hermès. And although it's dark, but it's still quite versatile. I will not wear this during the summertime. I think it's a bit too heavy because of the licoricey part, and because of the licoricey part, it really gives me an impression of tobacco, like a pipe tobacco. And for some reason, I get that there is no pipe tobacco listed as an official note, but I definitely do get that, which is something that really drew my attention right away. And you have this lava stone, which I mean, I can see like the warmness of it overall. It has like a warm, ozonic almost quality, but this is all from the opening until the heart. In the dry down, it's Terre d'Hermès with the citruses, with this rooty, bit vetiver style. It's quite different. Like the opening, it's a bit different, but after the opening, and especially from the heart of this fragrance, I mean, it's Terre d'Hermès. You immediately recognize Terre d'Hermès. Beautiful fragrance, love it. Performance could be better, especially for Eau de Parfum Intense, but smell-wise, fantastic. And last but by no means least, from the house of Cartier, released this year, my favorite release so far, and I'm including as well Niche. This one is Cartier's Declaration Eau de Parfum. So I currently have the Eau de Toilette, the original. I have the Déclaration d'un Soir, which was discontinued, and I also have the Parfum. Now they came out with Eau de Parfum, and also they kind of changed the bottle. It's a bit more rounded, not as sharp as the previous bottles, and also this topping is it's magnetic. Actually, it's quite a nice touch. And scent-wise, it's so unique, so good, very niche in terms of smell. It's not a mainstream type of smell, if that makes sense. This for me smells like chai. You know, Baruti's chai. So Baruti is an indie brand from Netherlands. I'm a big fan of their work, and one of their most popular fragrances is chai, which literally smells like very spicy chai latte. This one gives me that image, like chai spicy latte with tons of cardamom, cloves, and it's just beautiful. What a fragrance this is. Now, you don't really have like a chai accord in here. It's more of a smoked black tea, but the combination of this smoked black tea with the cardamom, with the cloves, really gives this chai, spicy chai latte quality, and I'm all for it. I'm all here for it. I mean, it's so good. And love at first sniff, so far the best release of 2025, in both in the designer and niche. Niche has been extremely disappointing, and the only fragrance that I really care about and I really want to have a full bottle is from the house of Maison Francis Rougeant, called Kirky, and I already talked about that previously. But yes, nonetheless, this is, I would say, even a superior fragrance to Kirky, but well, that's just between us. Please check this one out, Cartier Declaration de Parfum, if you have yet to. And with this one, I'm finishing the list. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what fragrances were love at first sniff for you recently. And if you find value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, check out all the other fragrance contents that I have available, and see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Ciao.